Hello, everybody. It's me, Hanko, and a lot of my friends have been asking me how to play this zombie deck that just came out. It's like not really a zombie deck; it's more like a zombie support package that came out, and it makes zombies as a control deck like really consistent. And it is a zombie Eldritch control deck, so like specifically, I want people to remember this is a control deck because of how there's trap cards in the archetype. So like you gotta make it so that your opponent's playing at the same pace as you are, or just slow down their pace so that you're able to play the game. So anyways, I really like this deck because of how everything is searchable. And one of my friends a long time ago told me that if your entire deck is searchable, it must be good. So yeah, just like look at Necros and like Dragon Rulers, right? So anyways, I picked these cards up because they're cool. I don't know if you guys know what all these cards do, and it takes a lot of time to explain them, but this card searches for either the boss monster or the trap, and it's like a once per turn scout kind of thing, like once per turn, pay 800. Ooh, broken. And if this card's sent from the field, the graveyard can dump the golden land cards or the monster. So specifically golden land support card. There's like different factions in this deck: the boss monster, the elixirs, and the golden land card. So you got to remember that these are the elixirs. Black Awakening, Trap card, and White is what I call them. The quick play spell isn't the best one, but it does help you play the game because it summons from the hand or graveyard, so it's like a recursion tool as well. The Trap card and the Black Awakening is my favorite ones. Well, specifically the trap one because I really like this card. You'll find that when you're playing the deck, you'll be searching this card a lot because of another reason. But anyways, let me explain. These two summon from the hand, these two summon from the deck, these two summon from the graveyard. Like just in conjunction of like they have two different summon conditions. So that's all I can really say. That's all I like. That's the shortest way to explain everything. After you resolve these effects, you can't summon anything for zombies. This summons in defense mode specifically, but these ones in attack or defense. So really good. If they're all like Shadow Mist cards, like, and when I say Shadow Mist, I mean like you can only use one of their effects per turn. So if you play their onboard effect, you can't use their graveyard effect. But that's where you want to pitch them, and then like you're able to use the graveyard effect to search for the golden land cards, and the golden land cards are your other disruptions. But anyways, these specifically only summon the golden land, the golden lord boss monster. But if you have the boss monster out on the board already, then you can summon any zombie, which is like the best part about the deck. Anyways, these are the two trap monsters that I play for the golden land cards, and I don't play the guardian one because it's level 8 and it's got an effect to like reduce stat points, which is like average and like or below average. But like these two are good because while the golden lord is on the board, then you get to like pop a face up card or remove any card from the graveyard. So like they're actually good disruption, and they both have the same effect where if you didn't, they're like Shadow Mist cards where if you didn't use their onboard effect but they're in the graveyard, you can banish them at the end phase. So it's like Scarm. Then you could search the Eldlich cards and set them. So if you send these cards on your turn, you preferably want to set these two because you can play them on your opponent's turn. And if for some reason you actually sent these cards to the graveyard on your opponent's turn without activating them, then you get to like set like these because they're good on your turn, right? Because you're setting them at the end phase, so you gotta plan ahead. Anyways, these are the two, and this card. I play one Golden Land Forever counter trap because it doesn't float, but it's definitely really good because it helps you like secure victory because you're able to create all these soft locks of these monster cards that you're able to search out, and then this one as well as these cards that like are disruption. Like this card helps you like clench out the game because like usually you do want to keep your cycle going, right? You want to like search these, but then if you already have an extra layer of searching, then you definitely want to get this, or if you like already have everything else set up, you want to get this card to finish the game. So anyway, those are the spell and traps for the archetype that I play. I don't play the guardian like I said. And I just want to like be emphasizing on how amazing these cards are because they're all searchable. These eventually will search into these, and these cards help you search like so. These 6 specifically will help you search out any zombie, which means that you're able to create like a game state or a board state like that happens like a lot. Oh my gosh. hard to explain, right? So I'm gonna put these two over here. This one, because you're able to summon from the hand, so this is very important. Anyways, all because of how searchable your zombies are after you get out your Golden Lord, you're able to create the same game state a lot. And even the Golden Lord himself can be summoned by himself, so it's crazy. So like you either summon him with the spells or the trap, but then like, oh my goodness, these cards will summon other zombies. And like if you're using these cards to summon another copy of Golden Lord, like I don't understand. Like you're getting more vanilla beat sticks on the board. This card does absolutely nothing on the board besides being a name. That's why. So I only play one of this because I don't think I want to open this when I go first, and because it's just really suboptimal to have it in your hand. But when you're going second, you definitely want to see this. So I do side a second copy of this. Yes, what does this mean? It means that my deck actually game one loses to a Call by the Grave or DD Crow, but my deck is way more consistent because I only play one copy of this. So that's like the poison that I chose because I wanted to be consistent, and it's been working out a lot for me. Like yeah, I sometimes there's like a couple games where I'll lose because I had to summon this from the graveyard and they had to Call by the Grave, and I'll be like, well, all my cards do nothing now. So that's one of the weaknesses of this deck, is once you like make them run out of Golden Lords, all these cards do nothing. All these cards are like poo-poo. So anyways, these cards search any zombie, and like I said, I don't want to summon more copies of this with these because this card does nothing. It's just a beat stick. So what I want to do is summon disruptions, or like cards that stop my opponent from playing. So here's another Foolish Burial. Why would you not play this? So that's another card. Banshee. This card searches Zombie World. Really good. Zombie World beats Salamangreat and helps you slow down dinosaurs because they don't have dinos in the grave, and certain other matchups like Adamantia. This card beats Adamantia. Weird. There's also like just a lot of neat interactions, like weird, the Doom King card. So yeah, this is what you want to try and do is summon this first while this is on the board, because this card does nothing when this isn't on the board, but like it could do something if you have this card too. Like I would maybe set up like this and this. Even if without this is still okay because you have a zombie to trigger with. This on the board is also okay without this because of this. You can like use this like on your turn. You can use its effect to either revive itself or pitch, and then like this will trigger. So there's a lot of like cool interactions. It's just another beat stick too. And another thing you'll find is that they're all level 7 or level like 5 or higher. So keep that in mind. And then the last card that's searchable is DD Crow, which we'll talk about later, but it's definitely searchable in this deck. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is that let me put this like this. You'll always find yourself getting these 5 cards like a lot because of how consistent the deck is in searching these. And another reason why is because of this pile. Here we go. I want to talk about this card. This is my normal summon, Glow Up Bloom. What this card does, it's like a Sangan where if you send to the graveyard, you banish it immediately to search for any level 5 or higher zombie, which means that there's 3 more copies of these cards. And that's crazy. This card does not search this card, but like while this card's on the board, then you get to like summon onto the board, which is even better. But sometimes you actually do want them in your hand because you're able to like pitch. Like so sometimes oh my god, Jack-o'-Balon is really good because of how it solves the monster heavy hands. So you can even like directly search this card just so you can pitch the other 2, so that way you get them going. Jack-o'-Balon also, like just like I said, it triggers to revive this if you have another one in the grave, so that way you can trigger this. There's like Link Karibo combos of it and stuff, and it's crazy. So I want to talk about another card, like Magician Souls. People play Extravagance or like Curry Bandit and stuff, but Magician Souls is definitely like the least risk card, I guess. Like, yeah, I have to play. So this is my proxy for Apprentice Illusion Magician, but please ignore that. It does almost the same thing, except it's level 5. But like, yeah, I wish I could play this card because it's level 5, so you can like make plays with the trap monsters. But this is my proxy for Apprentice Illusion Magician. Anyways, this is the only risk card. I'm gonna put this away over here so we don't talk about it. But anyways, Magician Soul is really good because it pitches all these cards, the Golden Land cards, and like helps you facilitate, like helps you be more consistent, because sometimes you don't want the golden land cards in your hand, you want to get these cards on the board. Like I said, you want to set up these two, right? The quick play spell and the trap card. So this card helps you set that up really, really easily. And there's also like some really cool combos with just specifically these two, where you can like either make Lyra Lusk to search this, or like Needle Fiber plays. And Needle Fiber is really good because it helps you chain block this card, so that way you don't, like, if you, there's a lot of games where you specifically need to resolve this card, so you want to be able to chain block with Needle Fiber. And Needle Fiber also summons out another copy of this, so that way, because you're able to make Link Kribo with this, so you Link Kribo plus Glow Bloom to make Needle Fiber, then you're able to like Link Kribo on your opponent's turn to tribute the Glow Bloom that you brought out with Needle Fiber to trigger another search. So it's just a lot of like cool interaction. So another interaction between these two cards is they're both level 1. So for some reason, people play Extravagance or Curry Bandit when there's this card that exists, and people play it in Spirals, and like, I don't know why people don't play this card right now. It's crazy good. So even if I open these two and I want to like do the Needle Fiber play, I play this card to search DD Crow. Like, so there's like a lot of copies of this card. So like consistently I'm able to get this card if I'm going first with this. But even if when I'm going second, it's just like an easy sided option. Yeah, it's just having 6 copies of Magician Souls makes my game like go a lot smoother, and increasing your resources in this makes it so that it mitigates the cost of summoning Golden Lord from your hand with a spell. Like, that's a -1, even though this card floats, but like, you need to have the resources to do that, to like be, because you definitely need the Golden Lord on the board, even if you're just summoning from the hand. But yeah, having a lot of cards helps you do that. It's like pendulums with their -2 inherently, because they have to play scales and their minuses. Anyways, that's most of the deck. You'll find that like this card, like this deck's consistent at either getting out these, like I said, these 5 cards consistently. Maybe not Jack of Blonde, because you can live without this card, but like definitely these 3 cards are very consistent. But you can't win all the games with this. So even with the trap cards like the pop and the removal and the counter trap, like, yeah, the counter trap's really good, and I'll go more into that in a sec, because floodgates win games. So people already play skill drain in this deck, because it turns this deck into a beatdown deck, so that's really cool. It's just really big. Like, you summon a 3500 monster that's like indestructible by cards and stuff. And the second floodgate I want to talk about is Rivalry of the Warlords. I draw into this, and then I search this card, and my opponent can only play 1 monster. Really good card. It's not good like against specific matchups like heroes or like pendulums and stuff. So it definitely is arguable. It's not that good sometimes. But like specifically because I'm playing Zombie World, it makes it so my turn 1s, just ending on these 2 is just really good. And then like having this to clench it, like it's like, yeah, you can't play, and then I'm able to like play and put out monsters and beat them down and stuff. So that's really nice. This is probably like the card that people overlooked, even though the old zombie decks were playing this. So yeah, it's just crazy. I lost to somebody at a regional playing Rivalry Zombie World twice, and then they eradicated me game 3. So I was like, wow. But anyways, this deck's really consistent. The only inconsistent cards were like these 4, because they're not searchable, right? These are the only non-searchable cards. Okay, technically Magician Souls and Wear After are also like kind of low key on the unsearchable, but like this deck's crazy good. I can't emphasize enough how everything is searchable in this deck. Okay, let me just put these away, because I want to talk about the side deck and the extra deck, and I talked way too much. Okay, so Lyra Lusk to search for the DD Crow, Pallades, because this is the only good rank 5 that you can make with the trap monsters. There's Volcasaurus and Durandal, but they're like okay, and Shark Fortress too to actually make damage output. 1 Needle Fiber, because it helps you get another Glow Bloom and chain blocking, like I said. The Wonder Magician, because if you have Needle Fiber out with a Doom King, you want to trigger this, so that way you trigger the Doom King to banish. And this helps you against the back row heavy matchups. And it draws you a card, so like it's generically good. The 1 Link Kribo, there's a lot of combos with this, like I said, to like revive it, so that way your Doom King will trigger and stuff. So that's good. Generic removal cards. I could be playing Cerberus for the dinosaur matchup too, but like I don't know, not yet. These two zombie cards. Sucker, I think it's really obvious. It's just the draw power of the deck. But this card, if you didn't have access to your Doom King, or like for some reason you only open like trap monsters and stuff, you're able to make this. You're able to like crash it, and in effect will let you dump any zombie from your deck and lower your opponent's attack points by like X amount. 200 per level, so like it could help you beat over stuff, but specifically it helps you like dump the zombies, so like that's really nice. Then I have Barricade Board Blocker. It's like another consistency creator card. If you needed specifically like a card to pitch, like I don't want Haquero in my hand, I wanted to get elixirs, then you would make this. It also helps you recur back the Eldlin, so there's specific combos where you would pitch the Eldlin to summon Golden Lord from the grave, and then you would be like, oh, I want the Eldin back for more advantage. You would make this and pitch a card to recur it back. So it also helps you recur back Zombie World. So like there's a lot of cool implications with this card that I missed out on. And then after that, I just link it away back into these or whatever. And then there's my super poly targets. 2 Doom Kings because Lithogasm exists, or just having 2 is nice. The 1 Starving Venom, the Predator Plant because this card's obviously good, even in the hero matchup or like the Pendulum matchup. And just having 2 Dark Monsters is easy. This one, because some Pendulum players think they're cool with Vortex Dragon and 1 Dark Monster, and then Mega Fleet because Infinity combos. If you haven't caught on to this, then you're missing out. But anyways, that's that. I want to talk about the side deck. But like I said, I've been playing this deck on Dueling Book for the last couple days since it's been out, and I've been having a lot of success with it. And I think this is like the way to play the deck right now. So anyways, let's go with 3 evenly match. In the mirror match, I think this card's really good against this deck. I'm able to set a lot of cards that are floating, so even if you like Twin Twister, Lightning Storm, or like sure, 1 Cosmic Cyclone, that's not gonna like make me lose. This card makes me say I have to have the counter trap or else I lose. So yeah, it's a good card, and it's like good against generically all like the other board presence decks. 3 Sphere Mode because the Build-A-Board decks lose to this card, and I don't really need to normal summon. Good card. 3 Nibiru because it's a good card generically against the combo decks, but also because of the like summoning condition chain links and stuff. So like let me grab the card. I'm sure you all know it, like the classic Orca strategy where you would activate Nibiru and then chain one of these cards, so that way now you can't summon anything for zombies, so you're still able to resolve this by tributing all the cards, and this card's stuck in your hand. Congrats. That's nice. But anyways, good card. I would side like these cards against like the Break-A-Board decks, and give me a second here. 2 Super Polys, 1 more Zombie World, so the second copy, and the second copy of Golden Lore. So like I said, I made my build specifically for like more going first heavy, and so when I go second, I would side in like this card because how this card you do want to draw it going second, so that we can like pitch cards and like it's like a blaster dragon ruler where you just like pitch like another card like pop a card. It's crazy, and also like revive itself, right? Really good. But like when I draw it opening hand game 1, and like I'll be like, wow, I have nothing to pop because I'm going first. It's really meh. But anyways, Super Poly is really, really weird. Because like, yeah, it's ridiculously strong when you have Zombie World up. Like, wow, any 2 monsters. But like, see, that's the weird thing, right? If I don't play the Zombie World, what does this do in certain matchups? It just does nothing. So that's why I only think I should be playing 2 of it. Because like, I'll activate Zombie World, they negate it or something, or they like MST pop it. Like, okay, sure, if they MST pop it, you can chain it, but like, if I play this card directly from my hand, or I activate Banshee effect to try and put this card, they'll be like, negate, and then they'll be like, wow, dead card. So, that's the weird thing about this card. It's not that good when they do that. It just becomes it just becomes a brick, that's what I'm trying to say. But definitely worthy of playing, but don't think at 3 because my side deck room was tight. I had to put in these slots. So 1 Droll and Lockbird because it's still like really good against Pendulum and stuff. But like even against those decks, I'll still side this in. Sure, if I draw it, I draw it. It'd be pretty sacky. But like but like usually you can just break their board with like not Nibiru because it's against Pendulums. You don't play this card, I think, because they don't pen Jackal, or if they don't pen Jackal or get out Jackal, then sure. But like Sphere mode evenly is okay against them if you can bait out the spell and trap negate. But yeah, these two are only good like when you can Where Art Thou search them. There's definitely a lot of matchups where DD Crow is really good, like against Solomon Great Foxy. Hello. Yeah, I used to play like 3 of this card in my side deck, but then I realized that like I just wanted to break their board and I just want to like summon this, and it was like even better. So anyways, that's my take on zombies. I've been having a lot of fun with this deck online. Here's the cameo of the 3rd Super Poly. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it and like realize like the potential of how crazy this deck is in terms of its consistency and its control factor. Like I'm just trying to flip floodgates, like because like this is technically a floodgate, but and then have a counter trap set, and then apparently that's like broken. Where is the counter trap? Yeah, like this, and this. Usually when I have these 3 combination, I just like usually I just win. But even when I just set up the regular board of like these, even without the counter trap, and just having like the removal cards like Conquistador, specifically this one. This is one of my favorite cards because it pops cards, and that was one of the things that the deck struggled with. But yeah, just having these cards all the time was just really nice and fun. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it. I gotta actually cut this video. Bye.